Hey Cancers, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing your January reading. So I did already do the predictions for 2020, but this is just going to be for January, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and 4th house placements. You guys were on my mind. I don't know why I felt compelled to do your reading today, but it felt like something's going on with you guys. So let's see. That just pops in my head usually about a sign. I haven't really been going in any particular order, okay? So I'm going to pull 2 cards for what the energies you guys have going into January are, okay? I'm not going to do reversals today, so I'm just going to pull to see the main energies that Cancer is dealing with in January, all right? I haven't been getting a lot of major arcanas for each sign, so let's see what happens with you guys. All right, I'm going to take these 2. I knew it. I just said I haven't been getting major arcanas, and look at what you guys have. 2 beautiful major arcanas, the Star and the Sun. That just makes me so happy, and it should make you happy because that's what the Sun does. Now, just in terms of astrological elements, if you guys already don't know, the Star is Aquarius and the Sun is Leo. So that could be energies you guys are dealing with going into January. It could also be that you're going into the Aquarius season, but I don't think that's what it is. I think there's some healing around this inner child part of you, okay? I also feel like there's some healing around maybe you guys were dealing with some sort of depression or melancholy during December, and I feel like things are really going to lighten up for you guys as you go into January. Even though we're still in winter, I feel like there may have been this bad association with winter that you guys have this like negative thing, but I feel like you're going to realize that really magical, positive, happy things can actually still happen in the winter time. So that's beautiful. You guys might be getting your wish. You might be finding that one thing that you've been wanting that ultimately makes you happy. So I love it. There's like a lot of bright light. There's like just a lot of lightness here. And that's not what we usually experience during winter time. So I feel like the angels and your guides are going to bring in this like really joyful light thing after maybe a heavy time in December, okay? So what do you guys need to grieve or let go of as you go into January? That's what I'm going to pull now, a couple cards about that, okay? What is Cancer grieving as they go into January? Force, Hammer, and Loyalty. Wow, okay. So some of you guys were trying to maybe make relationships out of people or things that weren't meant to, and you were almost, maybe trying to force it. And I feel like you're going to realize that loyalty has to come from that person, has to just want to be loyal. It has to be a feeling that they have, okay? So you might have been trying to force some dynamics that just weren't working, but what you're going to realize is when you find the people that feel just genuinely connected to you and loyal to you, you're not going to have to force anything. It's just going to naturally happen, okay? So I feel like maybe 2019 you were really trying to make, you know, people or things loyal that weren't, and I feel like as you go into January, you're just going to have a lot more ease around this. You're going to feel like whatever's meant for me will come to me and whatever's not will fade away. And I feel like you guys are just going to have a lot more peace, like the swan, just around letting it be, okay? Let it be, let it be. I don't know if that song resonates with you guys, but that just popped in my head. Okay. So we're going to go into what's going on with the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. You guys being the Divine Feminine, because that's who usually watches. Also, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and share my channel when you can, and hit the bell because I have been doing periodic random live readings, okay? So first, let's see what's going on with the masculine in his mental, emotional, and physical space, and then we're going to do it for the feminine and mental, emotional, physical space. I'm going to clarify by the wisdom of the House of the Night. Okay. That's for the the masculine. And then this is for the feminine. Okay. All right. So the masculine's headspace is we've got confidence and refocus. Okay. So he could actually be feeling kind of clear in his headspace right now. I have a number 42. I don't know if that means anything to you. He could also be maybe clearer about this connection. He could be more confident. He could be coming forward in his mind. Like he could be wanting to, you know, pursue the feminine in some way or feel more confident to focus on it. But I also feel like he's just more focused in his own life as well, okay? Emotionally, we've got, you know, I always get confused. I just realized, okay, well, these are the masculine cards, but I can't remember what I said initially. Conclusion and grief in his heart space, okay? So something could have ended and he could be grieving over that. It doesn't necessarily have to be with the feminine. It could even be like some kind of friendship or family member or someone passed away or something. But I feel like emotionally he's trying to close the chapter here. And I got 12, which is like December, the 12th month. I feel like he's maybe even grieving something that happened with the feminine or a chapter that closed with her as well, okay? But I do feel like he's experiencing some ending here, okay? And it's causing him like some major sadness in his heart. And then we've got unawakened and letting go. Wow, okay? So he's still sort of not there yet physically, but it also could be that he's letting go of the part of him that's unawakened. So the grief could be actually part of his awakening process, that he was unable to continue to be like blind and like that blissful happiness. I just thought of the sun card again too. That could also be what the sun is about. It's like this like inner child, like what is it? What's that term? Ignorance is bliss, okay? So he actually could be grieving because he's letting go of that state where he was unawakened when he could just get away with everything, and now he's letting go of that. So as he grows, he could be feeling more grief, okay? There's butterflies here, which is like transformation. I also see that as sort of like a Scorpio type energy, but let's see what else. So the feminine in her headspace, this is such a Cancer card too, the cycle. So I feel like she's obviously still affected by moon cycles because she's a moon child. She could be very rigid in her mental space. Like she could be having a lot of boundaries and feel like she's not allowing herself to connect with the masculine or anyone. She could just have a lot of boundaries around her. She could have gotten hurt and feels like she needs to protect herself. It could have been something that happened around this last full moon too, okay? In her heart space, she has fear and invisible. Deep down, I feel like the feminine feels like she doesn't know if the masculine really sees her for who she is. She's afraid that he doesn't really get her. He doesn't really acknowledge her. He doesn't see her worth. He doesn't, you know, validate their connection. But I feel like ultimately this comes down to her own fear of being invisible and not feeling like she's good enough, and that's coming from her own lack of like self-esteem or self-worth issues. So that's like a heart space for her, and just a fear that she has to work on. But I also feel like that will get healing, like we had the star as we go into January, okay? And then in her actual look, self-worth and differences. Wow. So I feel like the feminine, like I said, there's some self-esteem, but with this in the physical space, I feel like she's finding her self-worth through realizing she doesn't have to be like everyone else. She doesn't have to find self-worth in the ways others find self-worth, and she could pave her own path, and she doesn't need validation. She doesn't need other people's approval. She doesn't need societal's definitions of what makes you worthy to make her feel worthy, okay? I feel like this has been a long journey for her in trying to find this, but her freedom is kind of coming from realizing it's not like, okay, I finally fit into what society wants and now I'm worthy. It's like, no, I'm breaking out of what society expects me to be, and I feel worthy because I define my own worth by my own values and by my own sense of self-worth, okay? So that's really cool too. This is a beautiful message. All right. So it's already been kind of long. I'm going to get some more tarot messages and see what other themes you guys are going through in January, okay? What other energies does Cancer have going on in January? And I'm not, oh, I got the Cancer card, the Chariot, okay, moving forward. I'm not doing reversals. I got the Star again because I pulled it back here. More healing, that's more confirmation. Could definitely very well be dealing with an Aquarius, but I think the healing came out to let us know it's about this loyalty that she was trying to force, because I have the Ten of Swords. Could be dealing with a Virgo. I've got Knight of Pentacles, but a lot of movement and horses here, and I don't know if horses mean anything to you. You could be moving forward with a Virgo, okay? There's kind of like this energy of like going slow, then going fast, and trying to find the balance of what momentum to go, because I feel like you guys really do want to charge ahead. I feel like there's this awakening that you're experiencing, and your heart is kind of like expanding, and you're just ready to move forward, okay? But then there's a part of you that's like, no, let me just pull back the reins a little bit. I do see partnership for you guys in January, a connection, but I also feel like this is you guys really finding your own self-love. I feel a lot of energy about that in this Cancer reading. I do feel like you've been very mentally caught up in this sense of like, I don't know, I feel like someone left you behind or made you feel very lonely and made you feel very bad about yourself, and you guys are really working on healing that, okay? So I feel like you're healing very, very deep wounds here. But as January comes, it's going to be like a lighter kind of healing energy, okay? Pull a couple more from signs from Spirit. Like I said, you were grieving and letting go of that loyalty, and that's what Ten of Swords, indestructible energy alignment and depressed, unemotional, detached. Yeah, I said you guys, I felt like you have a very bad association maybe with winter and feeling depressed around this time, but I feel like you guys are finally finding your strength and realizing you're indestructible. Also, if you're hearing or seeing names, know that it's confirmation and that you're on the right path, and this could be your person, okay? But like I said, you could be moving forward with another Cancer, an Aquarius, or a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, okay? All right, guys. I'm going to pull last cards for how the person you're dealing with is feeling towards you, okay? I'm going to pull from Twin Flame Messages, Volume 2. And what does this person who Cancer is dealing with want to communicate to them? Because it seems like there was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of loyalty lost here, okay? So what does this person want to say to Cancer? I'm doing what I have to do right now. My family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized. I thought about reaching out to you, but I stopped myself. All right, so I feel like this person was very influenced by their surroundings, by people, but that's also a theme that I was talking about with you guys. So I feel like you guys are mirroring each other with healing that. Like, you both have to heal, like, being influenced by other people, okay? I've thought about reaching out to you, but I stopped myself. So I feel like this person, you know, they want to come forward. Maybe they want to apologize, but for some reason, they're just doing what makes their life easier, what they have least conflict with right now. And I feel like they're giving you the opportunity to heal your own wounds without feeling like an apology from them, with just being able to give yourself that like comfort and warmth that you need from your own validation, okay? So Cancers, that's the message I have for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.